Oh, no, 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 no. I had one of the most common swing faults there is in the whole planet. I think every golfer had it already or is still working on it. It's called early extension. I'm sure you have heard about it. It's probably, yeah, one of the biggest mysteries in golf. And it's also the one that maybe, if you do it excessively, hurts you the most. What is early extension, Shan Paul? Can you please explain?
Early extension is when you've got your pelvis going toward the ball before the impact.
Yeah.
So you really have a motion from the hips going really moving forward. It's not necessarily extending up, it's really having the hips going to the front. And what you can observe on the force plate is the center of pressure, the dots below your feet. And you can see that's very, very early during the downswing. So you see, I'm not even at the top swing, you already have the 2 points, the red and the blue, mainly the red, going to the front, to the feet and to the fingers of your feet. At impact, you can see there, it's oriented to the left and it's really on the toes. So that means your right hip really moves to the front. When you do that, you don't have any more space here to get your arms coming around you.
Exactly. So I think that's the main thing, because yeah. I would say if I'm, because I'm teaching normal players as well, not only 2 players. One of the things is, I think most people hit it right here, just nearly on the shaft there, very much inside. And I think that's probably one of the biggest reasons, because people actually are moving their body closer towards the ball.
Absolutely.
One other thing I saw actually with early extension, when you start to actually move your pelvis towards the ball, yeah, you're actually also moving your upper body up probably at the same time, yeah. And the thing is, your arms will straighten. Many people don't notice actually. In the impact zone, actually your trail arm is still bent, okay?
Absolutely.
So this is actually what you want. If you look at this, now the club face goes very stable through the impact zone. The thing is, if I get up with my body, so I'll extend, you can see my arm has to straighten. And you can see here that the club face down here, the club face is closing. So you will get these funny wrist movements as well. So having an extension, I mean, there have been good players winning tournaments with it, but you have to have a really, really good timing. Do you agree?
I totally agree, totally agree. It's not an easy shot to control because that's so many things there are not stable.
Yeah, I do the same thing like you did, it's just Shan Paul. I have all my players on the force plates from Smart to Move, on the 3D plates, and I see exactly where actually the point of application is. I see where they're moving the pressure during the golf swing, and when I have somebody really struggling with ball striking, that's typically what you see, what we just saw with me doing this on purpose. I do it normally much better, of course, but that's basically what you see when people are doing early extension. And I think interesting is the approach, how you want to change that or get less early extension, okay? What is the thing you hear the most? I don't know what about you, but when I listen to people working against early extension, yeah, they say, okay, back here, there's a wall, and I want to get my lead butt cheek on the wall early, okay? So basically that's when somebody works on this early extension move, he basically goes here and puts the cheek on the wall like this. I mean, I don't think this is wrong per se, but the problem is, I think you're doing it in the wrong way.
Definitely.
Definitely, yeah. So we know that basically for every good player, there's a point of application on the lead foot in the downswing towards the ball of the foot. So it doesn't matter who you measure. Every good ball striker.
That's universal.
It's universal, yeah, as you say. So you're gonna load in the ball of the foot. Why, Shan Paul? Because
that's the extensors muscles, and that's where you're going to get the maximum power and the less risk of injury.
So it can push back from here, exactly?
You can push the hip up and back.
Up and back. So when you do that when you actually push the hip up and back, actually that gets your butt as a consequence.
As a consequence.
On the wall, and not because you are trying to get it on the wall.
I like to use the term pushing or pulling. You don't try to pull your hip back, you push your hip back.
That's beautiful.
In terms of intent and feelings, it's totally different.
Yeah, exactly. So how many times have I seen people with a chair back here, you know, and trying to get the chair going? No, so we're pushing into the chair, not pulling into the chair. Yeah?
Absolutely.
So
that's come from the ground.
So maybe we could do the following. Maybe we can go on the live mode here on the Smart to Move force plates here.
Let's make the feet, please.
Start feet detection.
Okay, so you can see I'm really well balanced here in the start here. I have my pressure slightly on my lead foot a little bit. So now I take my backswing, and this is basically what you want in the end of the backswing. You want the point of application of the trail foot more in the center of the trail foot and have the
blue dot in the ball of the foot, absolutely, with the line of pressure oriented to the right.
Okay, perfect. So now if I would do this now, this would be early extension, yeah?
Absolutely.
So,
when it goes too quickly there.
Yeah, it does, exactly. So what I want to do actually is, I want to actually rebend my body. I want to rebend. So I'm actually going back into the original flex I had it set up, this way here. But look, and that's the difference here. I'm still on the ball of my foot.
On the lead foot,
yeah.
Yes, and on trail foot it almost not moved.
Almost not
moved.
It's
not starting to move to the front.
Okay, if I do it like this slowly, it looks funny and nothing happens. But if you do that with a power, with actually in a movement, actually what happens is it pushes my hip back actually. Yeah. So yes, you can have the idea of having a chair or a wall behind you, but you still need to have this here. That's the. Yes. Do you agree that's the primary thing you have to look at? I do this with my players sometimes, you know. I put them in live mode, have a look here, boom, go here, now push. So now you can see I have a beautiful rotation of my body.
Absolutely.
No early extension. And I think that's the most important thing people have to understand. It's not going from here, there, okay? So I'm not going all the way in my heels. You never, actually, I think you can say you never in your heels in the golf swing. Would you agree?
Not in active parts.
Not in active parts, just as a consequence in the end maybe.
Consequence and to stabilize at the end, possibly, yeah. But you never try to reach the heels, definitely. No.
Yeah, okay, so one thing that people don't understand maybe sometimes is sometimes you need early extension to save your shot. You know what that is? Because this is the body part here, okay? But we also have the club face. We have the club face, okay? So our main goal in golf is to get the club face square to the target on a proper path. So let's say you have a player who has a club face that's ridiculous open like this just before impact. I mean, I'm really exaggerating here. You can see this is pointing over there.
Yeah.
So if he would do all the correct movements like we said, look where the club is pointing.
It's even more to the right.
Even more to the right. So this is not going to help you. So you have to understand, if you work on early extension, you also have to make sure if the early extension is part of your squaring motion of the club face or not. So, and that's a little tricky sometimes because you have to actually detect first, is the club face open? Club face could be open for many reasons. It could be the grip, it could be the way you move your wrists, okay? In the end of the day, you want to have the club face more or less in a position like this, maybe here, but not like all the way back here.
Yeah.
If that's like this, I'm pretty sure you're going to extend anyway. You want to be here. So, and then actually, if the club face is here, you have no reason anymore
to do early extension.
Do early extension to get it square again. So I can really focus again, get the pressure on the ball of my foot, get the pressure on the trail foot.
I see what you mean. In a way, it's correcting an error by another error.
Exactly, yeah. So it's a little tricky, yeah. So just keep that in mind when you have an extension. Also check the club face. Jump on some force plates, have a look how it's happening, when it's happening, and work on the point of application and try to go from there.
Absolutely, great. Thank you, Kristoff.
Thank you, Shan Paul. Guys, I want you to subscribe to the channel right now down here, please. Hit the notification bell because me and Shan Paul, we're going to do a couple more videos. And also on the Smart to Move page, there are also some other great educational videos, and I'll see you over there. Bye-bye.